keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, don't worry about me, I called ART.
Traffic.
Main roads are running smoothly, but watch for construction delays on I-135 in both directions near K96. From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, that's your Odyssey Wichita traffic.
Weather.
Partly cloudy, windy, and hot again today with a high up near 90. South to southwest winds 20 to 30 and gusty. Chance of storms after 4 o'clock, especially along and east of the Turnpike. Some of those could become severe, then breezy and clearing overnight. 62 is the low. Becoming mostly sunny, breezy, a little bit cooler Wednesday, high 80. Back over to mostly sunny skies and 85 on Thursday. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn.
Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Albrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next, exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. Rory McIlroy said it best after becoming just the 4th player to ever go back-to-back at the Masters. Quote, I don't make it easy. End of quote. No, you don't, legend. Except it seemed like it was going to be easy when you jumped out to a 6-shot lead after 36 holes. At that point, you were tigerizing the field. Well, pulverizing that track and not its patrons who happened to be on the streets at the same time that the cat was driving. But it did look like Rory was going to lap the field until he did what he always does, give it all back, where he suddenly was looking at a 2-shot deficit on Sunday. And despite last year's win, his demons had returned. But instead of choking, he crushed Amen Corner, survived 18, and ripped another green jacket. Golf really is witchcraft, but this time he scrambled, grinded, and stared his demons down. Great tourney and an even better win, even if he had to ugly it all up to finish. I'm Jim Rome. And remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
The playoff push is heating up, and Prize Picks is simple to play. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. And now with early payouts and the new social feed, you can follow friends, share picks, and copy winning lineups. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROME and get a $50 bonus credit in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Code ROME to get a $50 bonus credit in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Now it's time for another fabulous episode of
Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Wow! Hey! Isn't that exciting?
Oh, gasp. I'm so excited.
Welcome in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland with you. Glad to be with you on this Tuesday morning here. Max Power producing. You can get in touch with the show, 869-1240, the old-fashioned way on the KFH hotline, if you'd like. You can also reach us via our video streams. Thanks for watching us on 12 News Connected, on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, for listening on the Odyssey app, however it is. You take us in each morning. We appreciate it out there. Glad to be here with you. We will talk some portal. K-State with a couple of moves that we need to talk about. KU, crickets, nothing. They got a return. We got a big announcement on a returner yesterday, TJ. Unless there are headlines I've missed overnight, which we'll get to in the second hour as well. We will get you ready for the Royals road trip. This will be a pretty difficult week. 6 games on the road against 2 what we think will be playoff teams. So we'll have that for you. Maybe the day off will cure what ails you. We dug in a little bit further on the TV side of things last night to the woes that are facing this offense. And some of the numbers are just insane and ridiculous in a bad way. So we'll have that. We'll also begin to get ready for the NFL draft. It's all coming for you. It's all what's on tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring Caddy Snack, Wichita's golf beer. Caddy Snack Blonde Ale, refreshingly crushable, makes the perfect pairing from the first tee to the 19th hole, no matter the score. Caddy Snack reminds you to beer the ball. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. TJ, good morning. How are you?
What did you watch on TV last night?
The Rangers and the A's.
Okay, that's fair. I was going to say, there was nothing to watch on TV. I watched the Los Angeles Kings, and there was apparently like a win to get in playoff game, and so it was on ESPN.
All right.
So I watched it. Max, I watched hockey last night, and,
we're proud of you. The WNBA draft was last night.
Oh, that's
I don't
right.
really know
Yes.
the
I was busy,
players
but I would have
this
watched
year.
that. Yeah. That was a upset. I told you yesterday that Olivia Miles was the odds-on favorite. She went second.
Yep. It was I kind of looked, but I didn't know the players as much this year. So
I knew
but that happened last night.
Knew top 7. UCLA had a bunch of them in the top 10.
Which shouldn't surprise us. So we had that, but yeah, I mean, it's baseball season. I've always got something to watch. The days where the Royals and the Rangers have days off annoy me. Day baseball now, leaving it at night, but I don't mind watching a random game with like a good pitching matchup or whatever. I mean, I like baseball, so I'll just watch baseball most of the time now. I haven't watched a show. It's been a minute since I've like sat and watched a show. We're in that busy season of life, so we don't really have. I mean, we don't have an hour at the end of our day to watch a show anyway. By the time we chase the kids and put them to bed, it's like, oh, it's bedtime for me too.
We've been so locked in because, I mean, we watch basketball every night during college basketball season.
Yeah.
And now that that's over, and now that there's actually time to sit down and watch TV, that it's slowing down and everything like that. We fired up yesterday. We're like, you want to watch Friends again? Like, what do you want to watch? do we start a new show? I have no idea what to do.
We need a 30-minute show. I miss those. I miss those days. I miss the days of a 30-minute show.
You missed the 30-minute show, so you could watch 4 of them to make it equal out to.
We don't have 2 hours. No, I mean, back in the day, yes. Now, like a 30-minute show, which of course with commercials pulled, if it's streaming, is only like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
man, that is what we need right now. And I went through a stretch where I was trying to rewatch Cheers, and I made it through the first season because there's like 35 episodes in a season. And then I kind of fell off that. I could always go back to that, I guess. But yeah, it's tough to, you get into a show and they're at least like an hour and 15 minutes, and it drives me absolutely nuts to start an episode and not finish it.
Yeah,
it's tough.
I can't. It's tough. I started this trend back probably like in football season, like late last summer, is that I was like, there's no good shows that I want to watch, and so I was becoming I'm going to stream a movie and just watch like 30 minutes of it at a time and then pause it and come back later. And I did that for a while, but it's always had to be movies that I've seen before. I can't do that.
I can do that. Yeah. That's it. Also, I know here's the real reason for me. With this show being so early in the morning now and like chasing the kid, like I have to be very strict on myself to like go to bed at the time that I need to go to bed. I am a night owl. I've always been a night owl. I'd love to stay up every night, but it's not functional as I get older. So it's like I have to go to bed. And so there's not big windows. That's why, games are the perfect thing because you can just always have those on and kind of come in and out to them. But anywho, it's about to be stay up too late season because the NFL draft is coming. We'll get into that. I also have to, we discussed in a lot more detail your and many others Masters scenario at Augusta. And I think there are some other parts of that we need to sort through to make sure we get to the right place on this. because it's one of those fun things to think about. But now I think about it way too much.
I mean, yesterday at work, after you had left, I went in and was talking to Michael Schwenke, and I said, Schwenke, if you were, he's like, all right, Jacob already asked me about it. We've already discussed this. He's like, Jacob's a psychopath. He's a psychopath.
Do I get a caddy?
Sure.
If I get a caddy like the pros get, do I get a caddy and do I get, 4 practice rounds so I'm not like coming in blind to these greens? Like the pro, like, do I get the same scenario the pros were trying to beat here get?
I think that in our
Is
scenario,
somebody else carrying my bag, which I guess if I only have to play one hole.
if you have a caddy, they'll carry your bag and they'll do the caddy thing. I don't think you get practice rounds. I think that though you can go into Sunday and like be told on Sunday morning, and they're like, "Hey, at 2:00 this is happening," and you can go to the range of the putting green as much as you need to between them.
Well, the range of the putting, you just need to know the thing that would kill you is if you've never seen this green before. But again, if I have a caddy, like the pros have a caddy that's just telling me put it right here and not very hard. Yes. Because that's what they have. Right now, if we're just like walking onto the course and playing against Scotty Scheffler, maybe that's a different scenario. He's obviously seen the course. He's probably much more equipped to just play something blind.
I mean, you're right, but at the end of the day, like the caddy, I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make you drink it.
But I'm telling you, have you ever played with a caddy who's telling you how to putt?
Yeah.
I mean, it is mind-boggling when they just say right there, give it right there. And you do, and you're like, how in the hell? Like, I've never made that kind of putt in my life. So you've got that guy telling you where to putt just so you can probably, worst case scenario, 3-putt, but probably better than that. Like, I just think I think nobody's giving themselves enough credit. We had a great conversation with a listener yesterday off the air. Chris, who listens to the shows, would love Chris, was saying, here's what he said. My best, and he doesn't agree with me, agrees with you. My best round is 88, and he golfs like I do, really, really fast. He expects that he would shoot a 180 to 200 at Augusta. And I'm like, no chance that somebody that's capable of shooting 88, which is right where you and I are, right? Like, that would turn into one of our better rounds of the year. Will walk in there and shoot 10 strokes a hole worse than our average. That's like no chance you play that bad. No way. Think about it. Let us know what you think out there. We'll come back. We got Sports Daily. Let's talk about what the Cats did and the KU did not do next.
This is Sports Radio KFA.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Daily is on KFH.
Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care celebrating 60 years in Wichita, providing expert lawn care for a healthy lawn, tree and shrub care, and bedweed control since 1966. Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care. Welcome back in here to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleland with you on a Tuesday morning, trying to track the transfer portal as best we can. It has been it wasn't a crazy Monday. It was pretty tame, but K-State did land a couple of players, TJ, with some interesting names. We got a shoot and we got a rock. And K-State and Casey Alexander is beginning to put something together here, and honestly, it's pretty easy to follow. Also, TJ, a headline I am just finding as I'm trying to make sure we didn't miss anything in the portal. Did you see Momcilovic got in for Iowa State?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, draft and portal.
I saw somebody happened yesterday because he now all of a sudden is become one of the top prospects in there.
Oh yeah, I saw somebody say something along the lines of, it was like a college national guy, and it said, "Please excuse me, NBA draft people, but how is the 7-footer that shot 50% from three not a top 20 prospect in the draft this year? I don't understand it." So he's going to probably get paid somewhere in college. But yeah, that's a big fish.
That's a big fish. And I'm surprised. I'll tell you where I am getting surprised some in the portal. Why wouldn't Momcilovic just go in and come back? That trend is
Why wouldn't Flory Baduga do that?
Well, because Flory we have a track record on this, and we're seeing this more, right? It's not just like, and that's kind of my point. Like, what is it? Because with Iowa State, well, maybe with Iowa State, it'll be a money thing. With Flory, it probably wouldn't have been, unless the thing that we can't figure out that we talk about, unless they were kind of like, you know what? No, we're going to move on and do something else. Like it's like it changes every year. It's like different, and there's trends with it, right? There's trends that happen in it, and then it's not the same, which is why what Wichita State's done is so interesting and refreshing. Because is there another team in the country that's pulled that off that you know of? That's not a low major, but a program of substance.
I was gonna say the only thing that I've seen to have that much retention is like I saw the one about like Montana State, but like
right,
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm being facetious as I say this stuff about like how good the Shockers are going to be next year, like unrealistic expectations, but like there's something to be said about it. Like they retain they're going to be, and we won't know this until the portal closes, but like they're going to be one of the top 30 teams in the country in retention, probably. Like I would have to imagine.
Oh, the Shockers will be top 10 in retention by the time when you're going to retain 60% of your starting lineup and your only losses of your
retention. Yeah, I guess if you make it retention by production, then you have a lot coming back. Yeah, if it's just pure numbers of people coming back. Yeah,
well, right, but you got to remember the only two significant losses they've had. I guess you could say 3. And we'll see on a core of 4. I mean, it'll be 50% coming back, 60% coming back.
Yeah,
that's a lot. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of and it's not just it's good production, right? It's meaningful production that you're excited about. I'm sure teams can bring back players that weren't working out. Rick brings up that he's going through the draft process, and Iowa State didn't want to get caught late not filling his spot. I mean, if Iowa State did that, I think they're crazy.
Yeah,
you can't hold a spot for Momcilovic. You're crazy.
Yeah. I think so.
Now the money, you got to hold the money, to Rick's point, and that's a little bit different if you're on a budget and you need to go find somebody. But I don't know. I think you can have honest conversations with these guys. Like you go have a conversation with these agents. Like, is this guy going pro or not? Where's he from? Is he American or is he actually European?
He's European, I believe. Okay. I guess.
So, I was surprised to see his name. That's all. I did not expect to pull that up and see Momcilovic sitting.
Back to K-State. This is a made for radio tweet. I sent this one to you yesterday. Tyler Dreiling is a former radio guy. He said K-State basketball has added 2 players from the portal today. Their last names are pronounced Shoot and Rock. We're getting back to the basics, baby. Be on the lookout for guys like Timmy Jimrat and Peter Crash the Glass. Yeah. One of the comments from there said, I was under the impression we were going after paper and scissors, but here we are with Rock and Shoot.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. Yeah, look, let's talk about those players for a second.
JT Rock's pretty big.
They profile a certain way. It's pretty clear what Casey Alexander's doing. Everybody on the floor will be able to shoot threes, including 7'2" JT Rock.
7'1",
almost averaged 2 threes a game.
He shot 55%
on 2 threes a game.
55%.
So, that's Hunter Dickinson would fire one up every once in a while, if you'll recall. So something kind of like that. And shoots. He's a pretty good 3-point shooter. K-State is, and former Duke player, by the way, before at Virginia Tech, averaged about 8 points a game last 2 years. It's just, it looks like you can see what it's probably looking like next year. They're going to have a bunch of guys. Very likely all of them will be capable of shooting threes. And the style of basketball, as Casey Alexander said he would do, is going to come right up to K-State. The question, of course, will be, okay, that's great. Are all these players going to be good enough to compete in the Big 12? And some of them certainly would have the pedigrees to do it, but there's more to basketball than just shooting threes. Can you play defense? We saw a K-State team this year that couldn't play any defense, didn't do them very good.
Sorry, he shot 40% from 3, 55% from the field. Had the stats wrong.
Yeah. And then I think shoot is a tick under at about 38%. So good shooters. So it's okay. Like, I can see it. You're starting to see some names, at least. They're like, okay, nothing headliney, And I don't know that they'll get a headliney guy this year with the reported prices going the way they're going. Another name that got in, Alan Graves, which was a new addition from Santa Clara. Good teams, I believe, best player. So there's some late additions. Maybe that's what KU's waiting for. Because right now, TJ, KU's done nothing. Absolutely nothing so far in the portal. We got a big hype video that Cole Rosario is coming back.
That's right.
Okay, great. Cole Rosario is coming back. This Alan Graves going in is probably a name to watch. He was a freshman at Santa Clara last year, TJ. Shot 41% from three on almost 3 threes a game. He's He's 6'9". So there's probably a player that profiles a little bit toward a school like KU. He immediately 24/7 calls him the 4th best portal prospect now. So there are some big names in there. You'd feel a whole lot better if KU kind of pulled a Louisville, right? And said, these two are coming. And it'd be real nice if Tyron Stokes would make a decision. Because what was the latest yesterday? He went to Kentucky to visit?
Kentucky on a visit, by the way. Call back here. Momcilovic was born in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. He is an American.
Okay, that's what I thought he might be. I wasn't 100% sure, but I thought he might be. So that's not one of those. And they kind of fixed the European thing that was hurting, I think. Like those guys aren't as hamstrung as they were to come over here and earn. So either way, it doesn't matter. If, he's an American. I don't know whether I think he's going. He's the kind of player, to me, if you come back and you replicate anything close to what you did this year and you get away from the star-studded freshman class, now you're talking about maybe a lottery pick next year. It's maybe a lottery pick this year.
It's true. Maybe that's, I mean, that's what my mind goes to immediately. So, I don't know. We've seen guys floating around the Big 12. The entire, top 10 is Big 12 guys, it feels like.
I know, and the problem is right now we've seen all of them go on to the SEC, and the SEC was already having a great year. But I don't know where Jop's going to go, but Badunga, I guess, goes to the ACC. But you had Haggerty go to the SEC. You had Punch go to the SEC. Isaiah Johnson went to the SEC. And I think there's one more. Houston, I did not see this, got one from the SEC. They got 24/7's 17th ranked player, Didon Thomas, but they've got work to do. Houston's going to have quite a big turnover. Still no crystal ball on Terrence Hill. Boy, I'd like to see him come to KU or K-State, either one. But there's some new names in there to keep an eye on. Would Momcilovic come to KU? Would KU go try to do that to Iowa State?
I don't know. No,
I mean, he fits everybody.
Yeah, it's true. Everybody's going to want him. I don't think that anybody cares anymore. I think that JT Rock was an Iowa State guy, and he just went to K-State.
Yeah,
Bryson Tiller might go to Mizzou.
We're talking about one of their JT Rock, who was kind of a fringe player, right?
Yeah,
versus Momcilovic, who's I don't know if he was their best player, but he's the player everybody talked about all the time. Yep. So but again, when is KU going to do anything? Like, we're just waiting on anything. Anything. That's the strange part. Like, what is the final?
We're getting to the point where, it's not cute anymore to joke about that they don't have any players.
Well, it's not that, because there's tons of guys.
I know, but guys are committing elsewhere. It's not like last week it was a joke on Wednesday. It's like, wow, they don't have any players still. And then this Wednesday, if we're at that point still, it's like, okay, well, we haven't seen anything happen. Like this thing goes fast, and they're not going fast.
Correct. They're not, it's not, I don't even care that they're not going fast. That's not it. They're not going anywhere, it seems. Like, what are they doing? Is it all
I don't
just
know.
On Stokes?
It may just be
on Stokes.
It may just be hamstrung on Stokes. Like, you don't want to go get class and then have a guy say, "Hey, I want to come to you. Will you pay me $3 million?" It's like, we don't have it anymore. They don't want to be in that. They don't want to make that bid.
That man, that there's no way. There's no way. KU profiles as a team that is about to go ballistic and have a huge spending year to me. Bill Self came back. They're mad again about an early tournament exit. Everyone has a bad taste in their mouth about the way it worked out with Peterson and his injuries. Let's go nuts. That's what it feels like they should do or would do, but we're not seeing it at all. Like, there are big names in there, and do you even hear KU flirting with any of them? Isaiah Johnson signed somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, some of these guys that we had wondered about, like, they've moved on. I don't know what to make of it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why there is a little bit of worry, is that the guys that like at this point, I'll say this. At this point, like, I think that like a week ago, you were just like, you can walk away from Stokes and feel fine about it because you can just go take all that money and go build a roster. And I think now, like, all these big names are going elsewhere, which there's still some, but like all these big names are going elsewhere. And it's like, now we're at the point where it's like, you almost feel like you need to land Stokes because you don't have your big fish.
Well, well, there's still big fish though,
but not as big as him.
Okay. Let me ask you this: would you rather have Tyron Stokes next year or Milan Momcilovic?
Well, that's not fair.
It is fair.
I'd rather have Momcilovic if he's available to come to KU. I'd much rather have him.
You same amount of money. They cost the exact same amount of money. Which player would you rather have?
Momcilovic.
Me too. So,
but after that.
That's not anything against Stokes. It's just I've got an experienced guy that can come in and lead the way. Yeah, I'll take that anytime.
I'd say the only two guys in the portal that I would say I'd have rather than Stokes is Momcilovic and Jop.
Ooh, Jop over Stokes? No, I don't think so.
I mean, Jop would be a fun piece to build around.
I'm kind of if you're moving on from Flory Badunga. I'm kind of over your best player being a center.
Yeah, that's true.
So that doesn't.
But that's the only. But my point is that like I wouldn't feel great about like Rob Wright coming in and being my best player, which he's good.
Well, but if Rob Wright's coming in, I think it's Rob Wright and
exactly
you're taking the Michigan model there.
That's what I'm saying.
Momcilovic getting in is interesting because he can become your best player.
Yes,
and you can build around him. But
my point is, Drop probably still is not as good as Stokes is, but like I think that like
Momcilovic might not be as good as Stokes is. He's just a proven commodity.
Yes, I think that he is. I think Drop, there's something to be said about proven commodity. You know, I think that.
But what is he doing? Because KU that's what
it's Flory Badunga, and you're right about that.
If KU, this is where we don't have the information and we're not going to have it, and that's what's frustrating. Is KU choosing to do this? That's what we don't know. Like, has this all been by choice? Have they said, you know what? We're going to start over here. We're going to take the Michigan model and we're going to really go put together in true free agency form. Hey, Jacques Vaughn, you've done this before. Let's look at this. Let's look at all of these players. Let's identify 5 of them that we think complement each other well. To hell with all the lists, because they don't care about those lists anyway. Let's go get 5 guys that fit together well, and let's go aggressively pursue those players. Because what we've been doing for the last 3 or 4 years is not working, which is just go get the best portal guy and hope that it all fits together. Because we have all this talent together. I also last year, and I thought about this too, KU's big recruiting win last year in the portal was getting Flory Badunga to come back. And of course they had Darren Peterson. But outside of those two, wasn't a very good portal class. At least as far as like rankings and things go.
For KU?
I don't mean that the players weren't good because of course we all love Melvin Council and they had, but like it wasn't like some highly rated collective group. Whereas the year before with Storr and some of those guys, it was the highest.
And that's what I've been saying this week is that like we've seen it both ways. Last year was the year where it's like, okay, we have Darren Peterson, like just get guys to play around him. And obviously, things are out of their control on a lot of that stuff that happened, but like that was the approach that they took. And so I think that we've seen them take the approach of we're going to go get every single portal guy that we possibly can. And then we've seen them do the approach of like, we're going to go try to just get role players. And, maybe things go differently if Darren Peterson's healthy. They obviously go a little bit differently, but maybe they go a lot differently. So I don't know. I don't know what approach you take, but I think that the difference was between those 2 years is that they didn't have the star. Well, they had Hunter Dickinson. They kind of did when they went and got Stoll and all those guys that year. They had
already had Dickinson. They
that's
went
what I'm
and
saying.
got Storr, Zeke Mayo, Rylan Griffin, and at the time it didn't work out. Well, no, Arterio Morris was that the year they got him, or did they get him the year before? I think they got him the year before. But you were dealing with you had Storr, Mayo, Griffin, and Diggy Coit, who was pretty highly that was a pretty star-studded transfer class, and it did not work out. And then it was Trey White was pretty highly rated. Jaden Dawson, who never played. Council, of course, but it was I guess it was less than it was the year before. And then now it's all just departures, right? Everybody's leaving. We don't have anybody in yet.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I think
it could be a different philosophy. And that's where maybe Shreyas has been talking to people and can give us this answer.
I mean,
is
if you
is
think
this intentional for KU?
If you think about the guys, like the Asheville guy, like he's not going to be a top guy, but he'll be one of the guys we're talking about here. I mean, the visit didn't happen and everything like that, but like Day-Day Ames would be another perfect example of that. So maybe you're right. Maybe that is why we haven't seen anything yet, is they're just like weeding through things and trying, but in the same breath, like they've had visits get canceled. So I don't know what's going on, but it's something weird. And again, like we're at the point now where it's not panic mode, but it's raising eyebrows time.
Raising eyebrows time is exactly right. It's okay to panic. This is one I don't usually like to panic. This one's okay to panic a little bit, I think, because we're not seeing or hearing anything. And if you're going down the star freshman class again, the star freshman's taking visits to Kentucky that you're hanging your hat on. So you can panic. It's okay. It'll be all right. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up this morning. As always on Sports Daily, we're coming right back. Let's talk some NFL draft when we return.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you. Wichita Thunder First Responders Night, Saturday, April 18th. That's this Saturday at 4:15. First Responders Night is on at Intrust Bank Arena. The annual Police versus Fire game starts at 4:15. You've got your end of the season awards after that. And then the game, of course, you can text hockey to the number 20357 for your chance at a pair of tickets to the final game of the season. Just a couple more days on that contest. Good luck, everybody, on that one. We come back in and we're going to talk a little NFL draft here. I don't know how you consume this stuff, TJ, when we're kind of coming up to it. We've said, I think we said yesterday, this one is coming quicker and more under the radar than normal. I do think the fact that it's a weak quarterback class it wears off some of the shine of this. We know that. Fernando Mendoza, I mean, they've tried. I think Dan Orlovsky kind of lobbed one up for everybody to get a little extra talk out of it, and maybe Simpson is a better quarterback prospect, and I don't have any problem with him saying that. Look, I think sometimes I think people overrate and overreact to those kinds of things. Like that, sometimes people act like there has never been a player that is better than the general consensus top guy, right? Like Ty Simpson. Are we really that in love with Fernando Mendoza? Because I'm not. Is Ty Simpson better than Fernando Mendoza? Maybe. Are either one of them going to be Hall of Famers? I don't think so. No, I don't think that kind of quarterback is in this class. So who's better between Mendoza and Simpson? If that's what we're hanging our hats on for this NFL draft, we're grasping for straws a little bit. It's lacking in star power. I'll say that.
It is.
And that's fine. Again, a lot of places have a lot of content to fill when it comes to the draft. So if we need a Simpson versus Mendoza debate, have at it. Chiefs are not going to be involved in that debate, but it also presents a chance for Chiefs at 9, I think, to get a really good player. So I don't know who you follow on these. I've always, for years and years, liked Dane Brugler, and he's been at a few different places. I think he used to be at CBS for a little bit, then he did his own thing. Now he's kind of at The Athletic. I think he is at The Athletic. So I go to his ranking, not his mock, but his rankings. And I just look there because I think he does a good job evaluating the players. He's got Reese number 1, Love number 2. I think I might flip him. But again, I don't watch enough of this stuff to have a real good take. But either way, then Mendoza, Sonny Styles is in there for him at 4. Now that's a name that's a little interesting, I think, for the Chiefs. Not sure they'd take a linebacker, but he's kind of floated around down in their area. Caleb Downs comes in at his 5, who of course we know could be in that area. He's got the LSU corner Delane up next, which I do think is interesting because I don't think I've seen anybody have him that high. Then it's David Bailey for him, Fano, the tackle out of Utah, Reuben Bain, Carnell Tate. So pretty similar in a different order than most's top 10. Delane higher, I think, is the interesting part. So if you look at that and the Chiefs pick 9, for me, I look at that list, including the tackle out of Utah. Do we like any, like, are we ready to say, and Mendoza's not going to be there, so it makes 9 players, right? And in that top 10. Are we good with any of those guys? Like, are you satisfied if you're the Chiefs, if you're a Chiefs consumer like we are, and they end up with any of those players, just whichever one's left? Are you going to be able to walk away from that first pick and say, okay, yeah, I'm good with that? I mean, or do you think we're in a situation where they need to move up or down potentially?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's just kind of a product of where they are is just what they get. Like, I don't think that, as we have said so much, is that they are definitely in a just draft a guy and make it fit right now. Like, they are not in like there's no dire need anywhere on the field. And by that, I mean that everything is also just kind of in a need. Like, there's nothing that's glaring you like, we have to go draft a cornerback. We have to go draft a defensive end. And because they kind of need a little bit of everything. And if they don't,
I do think there are 2 glaring needs at corner and at pass rush. That's my opinion.
But my thing is that if you don't draft them at number 9, like, you're not going to say they're screwed. Like, you can draft, and if you had to make us take a guess, it's probably going to be 9-29 is going to be pass rush cornerback if they had to draw it up one way or another. But if they don't get that, like, I think if they walk out of here and they're like, man, like, whatever, like we ended up with a wide receiver because whatever you want to say, Carnell Tate was there, like, we had to take him.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Yes, I think that probably the most likely scenario is pass rush corner. But there are 2 things I think that get real interesting. If Carnell Tate is there, they're going to be pretty tempted, I would imagine. And we've talked about why. It's not just that they can't get away from drafting receivers early. I mean, you've spent a lot of draft capital on receiver over the last few years. But this offseason, man, it's just the market for wide receivers is out of control right now. So if a guy like Tate fell, and I don't think he will, but if he did, the Chiefs are going to have a pretty hard time, I think, not saying, man, there's too much cost opportunity there for us not to take him because we don't know. I mean, I think the Chiefs maybe haven't made a decision, but I'm comfortable making it for them. They're not signing Rashee Rice to a $40 million wide receiver deal.
Yep.
I don't think. They don't have any, they wouldn't do it for Tyreek Hill. They're not doing it for Rashee Rice. So that comes into the equation. Now, they don't have to do it yet because they have Xavier Worthy. Like, they can draft receivers in other rounds. But Tate, the Ohio State thing, he's going to be pretty hard. The other guy that I think will become really interesting because he is one of the best players in the draft, but he plays a position that sometimes gets undervalued is Caleb Downs, another Ohio State guy. Caleb Downs is as good a safety as we've seen in college football. We've seen Steve Spagnuolo defenses feature great safeties for a long time over the years, right? Great safeties. They don't really have, it's not as glaring a need probably, and it never is in the NFL, but you got a guy like that you could plug into a Spags defense, that will also be tempting. So I think those are 2 names to watch if they fall. I don't know why we're seeing David Bailey slip a little bit who's still considered, I think, by everyone, the draft's second best pass rusher. I think most people have moved Reese up over Bailey. I would be ecstatic if Bailey fell. But unless the Chiefs move up, what are the chances the draft's second best pass rusher falls to 9? I wonder how often that's happened over the years, because probably not very.
I mean, I think this is the hypothetical to think about. What if they stay? What if Bailey goes at 7 and they stay put and don't move up to get him, and they get Bain at 9? Are you fine?
I don't. No, I'm not. Because I'm just not quite. I'm not in love with Bain. I think I think he's awesome to watch, but there's enough questions with him where I'm like if the Chiefs if there wasn't so much pressure for them to nail this pick, and I think there's a ton of pressure for them to nail this pick, then I'd probably be more interested in something like that. But it feels like the Chiefs do this all the time. Like there's a flaw there that's of concern. Xavier Worthy. Great. He's the fastest guy in the draft. Is he a good receiver, though? You know what I mean? Like, Bain's a little undersized. I'd rather, at that point, who are my other options, I guess, have to be my question. Are my other options, let's assume in that scenario, Carnell Tate's gone. So are my other options like, let's say it's Delane, the corner out of LSU, or Fano, the tackle out of Utah?
Let me take you back a step. I think the better hypothetical is that you're just talking about the edge rusher, because if you don't get Bailey and you don't get Bain, the next best one that I'm looking at is Cassius Howell at 25 from Texas A&M. This is Matt Miller.
Okay. Brugler would call Keldrick Falk out of Auburn. Who's the third edge rusher? Oh, yeah, Bain's 3. Yeah, okay, so Falk becomes 4. His 5th. He doesn't even have that guy in his top 24 players. Let's see where he goes to the 4th best edge rusher. He would call Akeem Mesidor, the other Miami edge rusher. TJ Parker. So this is what I mean. Now we're getting to, I still haven't even seen the guy you're talking about yet on this list. There he is. He's the 9th best edge rusher on this. That also seems like something the Chiefs might do, is take a guy they like that's not wherever. Jacob Rodriguez, by the way, I don't know where is he on the list you're looking at? Because Brugler has him as the 2nd best linebacker in this class. And I love that to death. I would love the Dallas Cowboys or the Chiefs to end up with Jacob Rodriguez just so I can watch him play all the time. Those are 2 teams I watch. Man, he's so, I can't believe, I'm very surprised to see where does your linebacker list look like there?
I'm looking. I think he's 3rd.
Okay, so he's climbing up boards.
He's 4th.
Yeah, he's climbing up boards.
Number 37
That's a great
overall.
2nd round possibility.
That'd be fun.
If you're just looking for dudes and you're the Chiefs, keep that in your back pocket. It's going to be hard for the Cowboys not to take Jacob Rodriguez, because Jerry Jones loves taking Big 12 flashy players like that. But keep that name in mind in the 2nd round. So with those first 2, like, I think I'd rather have Delane the corner. Now, he's not a big guy either, but is pretty universally considered the top corner in the draft. I don't necessarily love taking a corner that high. Like, if we're being realistic with who might be down there, I'd probably rank them Bailey, Tate, Downs, and just hope one of those 3 falls. And if not, you've got a decision to make between Bain, Fano, and Delane, would be my guess at how this plays out. I would rather have any of those first 3 guys fall to me at 9. And then if we get down there, like, I'll be honest, I won't be as disappointed as a lot of Chiefs fans if the Chiefs are looking at this and they're not in love with Bain and they're not in love with Delane, and they're like, you know what, Fano's a good player. Let's just take Fano. Let's just have the best offensive line in football.
That's what I'm saying. I think that there's very much a world, especially with where the edge rusher rankings line up now that I'm looking at this. Like Like right now, as it sits, what I'm looking at, if they have pick 9 and 29 on this one, which isn't going to line up perfectly, but Carnell Tate's number 9. If you took him at 9 and then you got to 29 and you took Keldrick Falk, as you're talking about,
edge rusher here.
Yeah,
right.
like I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Tate. Tate is a long-term play. Carnell Tate's a long-term play. Carnell Tate doesn't make a lot of sense like this year because now you have too many pass catching options in a year where you're probably running the ball. But it makes a whole lot of sense for next year.
Yeah.
And so, okay, I'll settle. I'll be okay with that because he's a supreme talent. Like I'm fine. I'm good with that decision. I don't think they'll bring Rashee Rice back on a contract, and I'm not convinced Xavier Worthy is a good player. So yeah, if they make the move now because they're in position to, okay, I'm fine with that. It's of all the things we just talked about, it's the least position of need this year. Yeah, this year. So
but next year is going to be a pretty big one because
next year it'll be massive.
Next year,
and very likely next year they're going to be nowhere near sniffing an opportunity to draft a guy like Carnell Tate.
So would Rice be there next year if he doesn't get extended? Is this the last year of his deal?
I don't believe so.
That's what I thought.
I'll check during the break, but I think this is it.
Yeah,
he wasn't a first-round pick.
That's why it's a very big deal. Yeah.
I don't think Tate's going to be there. Let me just say that. I don't think the best receiver in the draft coming from Ohio State with the pedigree he has is falling to 9. They could maybe trade up to get him, but I don't think he's falling.
Take Lemon.
At 9?
Maybe
9. 29 or trade up after the first pick you make. We'll come back. Let's continue that discussion in the second hour and more on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
It's time for another fantabulous episode of
Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Wow! Hey! Isn't that exciting?
Oh, gasp. I'm so excited.
We're so excited to be with you this morning on Sports Daily. Glad to be here. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleland, Max Power producing. We've got you for the next little while here on KFH. We want you to participate. You can call us, 869-1240. You can reach out to us via our various video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X. You can also leave us voice messages on the Odyssey app. You can send us emails. Thanks for watching us on 12 News Connected. Sports Daily at KFHradio.com is that email, by the way. Everything we're going to talk to you, we've got headlines I missed. We've got the Royals to get to. We'll continue the discussion on the Chiefs and the draft. We're getting almost just a little more than 10 days away. It's coming up on us quick. And it's all what's on tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, where it's patio season. Have a brew with a view on Delano's rooftop deck. Enjoy happy hour on WBC East Patio, or grab a pizza outside, shielded from the setting sun at WBC West. When you think patio, think Wichita Brewing Company. Pizza and beer made here. All right, Max, let's get right to it. Some headlines that I missed.
Like Sports Daily fans, let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
Jacob, I do not have much. I apologize. I'm going to start with this, though. I saw this just before the show started. I'm going to ask you this trivia question that I know you're not going to know the answer to, and I'm going to open it up to the phone lines, to the commenters. This is the trivia question of the day. You have an hour to answer it. Rory McIlroy, before becoming a pro golfer, committed to play NCAA golf at a college in the United States of America. Can you tell me what that school is?
Louisville.
No. All right, commenters, it's up to you. We'll see if anybody. We will reveal this right before we go off the air. We will tell you the answer, but I need somebody to see if they can get it. I don't even know what else I have. Did you see the thing? There was the thing in the WNBA draft that somebody, I can't even remember. Somebody picked Flau'jae Johnson at 7 and then traded her for the 16th pick or something. Like it was.
What is this? The NBA draft?
It was, they drafted somebody and then they drafted her and then traded back. It was weird. I've never seen anything like that, I feel like. But
it happens in the draft, and trades happen all the time in the NBA.
I guess. But usually it's like, I don't know. Anyways.
Kobe Bryant was that
scenario? But I guess he might have been. You're right. But yeah, I don't know. It was very confusing. And somebody was like, well, why did they pick her? Why, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense.
It happens in the NBA draft.
And I think it was the bigger story of it was that like the team that was at 16, they had a pick earlier in the draft and they could have taken her and they didn't. And then so they and it was very. I don't really know how to handle it. I don't know. What else can I tell you? Dick Vitale. Did you see that news?
I did.
That's sad.
I did. He's beat it a bunch of times before. I hope he can beat it again. Another cancer diagnosis. He'll undergo his 5th, I believe it's 5th treatment.
Mm-hmm. I did see that. Jacob, I don't have much. A lot of discourse on social media about.
Don't go ahead with that. And I was going to say most of the news right now is transfer portal news, which we have to cover in other segments.
It's true. A lot of discourse right now about the major sports teams in the same city should adopt the same color scheme. That's going pretty viral, and everybody's sharing what that would
I
look
endorse that. Now, the problem with it is what's going viral is teams would have to change their colors, which obviously isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
We were going through this one yesterday. It's Seattle and Pittsburgh, right? Are the only two that have done this.
Yeah.
I endorse it. Like I feel like it should be a thing that cities do. The problem is you have almost every city has one that you're like, you could never change that though. You know what I mean? Like you could never change that.
I think it's more so like
for not be purple and orange.
There may just be something to be said about like when Vegas gets their NBA team, like make them look like the Golden Knights.
100%. Yes. Now, but again, if they get the A's, you can't really mess with the A's. So that's going to mess that up. But they should, because right now the Golden Knights, the Aces, which is their WNBA team, have kind of the same feel. But there is something to be said. When I think of the city of Pittsburgh, I think of black and yellow.
It's true.
When I think of Seattle, I think of blue and green.
I don't know. Now that you're saying, like, I think that might be a stretch. Like, the fact that, like, the Seattle teams, we talked about this yesterday, like, the Seattle teams are all just navy blue. That's really all there is.
No, they're blue and with some sort of, like, green or teal or...
I guess, but, like, I don't know.
What do you mean you guess? They are. That's their colors.
They're navy blue, but they're all such different greens. Like I don't think that. Like I think that they're.
Sure, but
there's you can say there's a common denominator of navy blue. Yeah, but like
with some shade of green with it. I mean, they're not on the exact same color palette, but yeah, like it fits a vibe of a city. Like that city gets to own that color scheme. Before this became a social trend or whatever. Like I think about this a lot, and I think it's really cool when cities do it. There's not a lot of opportunities for it. You can't change the Chiefs or the Royals colors. I don't even know who would be close enough where you could say, boy, if they would just switch that. I'll tell you, Miami, if they could get the Heat on board with kind of just going neon
the Miami Vice
all the time, the Miami Vice thing kind of works now. Like the Marlins and the Dolphins are real close, with the exception of the black of the Marlins. But if you mix that in and you let the Heat, or if you somehow worked the black into the Dolphins, Miami's probably our next closest that I can think of. And again, it helps create an identity to the city. It's cool. I think it's cool. Dallas can't do it. They would have to change the stars to blue and silver. What are they going to change the Rangers to not having red? You can't really do that now. Houston
I think
can't do it.
The one that really has the most potential to is if Vegas can because the Raiders are like black and silver. What are the Aces? Are the Aces gold or the Aces black and red?
No, I think they're either gold or silver. I believe so.
I know they have the black jerseys I've seen. I don't know. I think it's black and silver. I think you're right.
Yeah, it's black and silver like the Raiders. And then the Knights, of course, are black and gold. But again, I could endorse black and silver and black and gold kind of being, because I think they, with the exception of the Raiders, like the Knights kind of incorporate a little bit of silver, I think. So I could get on board with that.
All right, let's go back to this.
Vegas has inherited all their teams just about. So that's also a little difficult.
Let's go back to this Masters thing.
Oh, no.
Hole 18. I'm looking up stats now. I'm looking at Scotty Scheffler's final hole on 18 on Sunday. He hit his drive from the Masters tee 317 yards, I believe.
Okay.
So
what does that leave him? How long is that hole from the tips?
It's like 465, I think.
And it's par 4?
Yes.
So I've got to shoot 5 over or better on that hole.
So basically
464. I'm hitting driver, and you've seen me play. Driver's probably my most consistent club. So everyone that thinks I'm just going to shank it somewhere, I probably hit that thing, let's call it 215, and a pretty good chance I'm in or near the fairway at 215, 220 yards. I don't know what the elevations are.
So if you're there, you are not on the fairway yet. So then you're going to have to hit your second shot into the fairway.
From
That's
how far
2.
out?
I mean, if you hit it 200 yards, you're still like 300 out, 350 out.
You just said it's 460.
Okay, you're 300 out.
No, not if I hit it 200 yards. I'm 260 out.
Okay, 260 out.
260 out.
You're laying up, I'd have to imagine.
Absolutely, I'm laying up. My least consistent club would be my 3-wood, which I can't hit a 3-wood 260 yards. So if I'm 160 out, I feel like my pitching wedge is my best club at 125. Sorry, 260 out. Then I'm trying to hit 135. So I would probably go 8 or 9 iron.
Okay.
To pitching wedge. Okay, so now I'm hitting my 4th shot would become my approach to the green. Is that right? Yes.
Yep.
So my 4th shot. So I have to get up and down in 6 strokes.
Yeah. From where we are, yes.
From where we are, which should be very close. 6 strokes from within whatever it is, right?
Within like 130.
A chip and a putt.
A chip and a putt.
I sometimes I hit 130 better than I hit.
I agree,
65.
but are you able to hit that green? So this is where
you're keep it on the green. This is where it gets hard. I get it. Am I able to keep it on?
No.
Let's say
I'm not even talking about the putting yet. Like we need to.
No, I know. You're talking about keeping that approach shot on the green. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
It'll roll off or whatever. But even if it does roll off, and now it really is a putt basically, or a chip and a putt. Now I've got 5 strokes. No, 4 strokes at that point. 4 putts probably is what I'm looking at. Can I 4-putt a Masters green?
This is where I'm at here.
Jacob's
teeing off, pushing it into the woods. Drop 2, hitting 3 layup. Then you're hitting like 4, miss the green, on in 5. Then you're looking at a 3-putt.
Those are all the worst case scenarios, and I don't have.
It's not that far off from a normal hole.
I swing a golf.
You do that at Crestview.
I understand that I do it at Crestview, but I've never shot a 10 on a hole at Crestview in my life. I don't think. Maybe in the water. Maybe that stupid hole where you got to carry the water. Maybe I've shot a 10 on that hole. There's no water on this hole, though. That's my. If there was water, I would have a different answer for this question. We'll come back.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features. All upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily here on KFH. Glad to be with you. Shout out to Crestview Country Club, where this guy who can fire under a 10 on 18 at the Masters, I shot a 92 on the South Course Friday. Best round I've played this year, but probably pretty close to where I'm at when I'm playing when I'm playing my best, is around that low 90s range.
I think
sometimes I can go sub 90.
Maybe we need to we need to find the most comparable hole that 18 would be. Is there like a giant par 4?
I looked this up during the break. So I've had the opportunity to play, it's called the Vaquero in the DFW area, which is one of the more highly renowned golf courses in the world. Now, partly, I don't know if it's because the difficulty of the course, but it's really nice. I looked it up. It says it's considered a challenging high-end course with fast greens and zoysia grass fairways, creating a tough test. And those greens are fast and they are hilly. I went out there and played. Now, this was probably the first round I played all year. This would have been in February. And I shot like 125, and I played terrible and shot like a 125. If I was, more in the groove or whatever, like warmed up, I guess, for the year, I probably would shoot around 100 or 105 or something there. So, but the other thing about that place is when you play, you have to have a caddy. So when you have a caddy and they're telling you where to putt, I didn't suck because my putts were terrible. I sucked because I would hit one in the water, or I would, that hole doesn't have water. If 18 had water, I would never take this challenge. If you remember back to your original question on this, I said, I think I can do it half the time. I think I could do it at least half the time. So you're giving me 2 chances on this hole to go shoot a 9 or under on a par 4, the 18th at Augusta. No water. I just am telling you, nobody has given themselves enough credit on this. Like, this is one of those things. Oh, the Masters is so difficult. You could never make a putt in less than 5. Like, yes, you could make a putt in less than 5. Come on. Like, we see courses on tour that won't see 13 under as your final score winner. We do this because it's Augusta. And the grass is greener, and the birds are prettier, and the flowers are nicer because it's Augusta. We do this with it. We do this. Like, there are U.S. Opens that would create more challenges than 18 in Augusta.
I agree. I think the bigger question to have here, this is what I was going to say, is that we need to get to Crestview. We need to find a hole that's, if you tipped it out from the Wichita Open tees, is about 460.
Played it as a par 4,
pushing 500, and played as a par 4 from wherever that may be. Yeah. But the trick here, and to push back on your thing, is that we need to get the listeners and line the fairways, because that's the thing that nobody's thinking about.
At me, screaming, mashed potatoes. Yeah. You can't do it while I'm swinging, but you also have to give me a caddy. So you're gonna have to give me, one of our buddies in the pro shop there's got to be able to come out and tell me where to putt it.
That's fine. But I'm telling you, I think the part that we're overlooking here is that, like, your tee shot is going 215, like you're saying, but man, you've got the skinniest opening you've seen in your life.
No, I get
lined with the patrons.
I may choose to play it different too. I mean, I don't know what I would do yet, but most of the time in my round, my drive is the most consistent down the middle. Like, that would be the shot that worried me the least. The shot that worried me the most would be duffing an 8-iron.
That's my point. And to what you're saying about what people are making too big of a to-do that it's Augusta, like we're overplaying it a little bit. Like, I think I could do this at McDonald Golf Course, and I'd still, like, if I had 1,000 people playing next to Scotty Scheffler, like, I don't care what course it is. Like, it's not about the putting. The putting doesn't help.
I've never played in that kind of environment. I have no idea how I would.
That's the biggest thing to me.
That part I'm not sure on.
And I don't think that it's Augusta. I think that it's like just I don't think it matters about the course. I think it's the fact
it can you hold matter that it's Augusta, because that's the only reason we're making a big deal about this. If I said what get the Tour Championship. Yeah. If this is the Tour Championship, could you come in on 18 and shoot a 9 or better on a par 5? Like, you wouldn't do that. It's because it's Augusta, and everybody wants to make this.
I know.
I wouldn't do well there.
But my point is that you're right. Is that, like, you could handpick and say, like, what if this was Pinehurst? Like, what if this was, any of them that you want to say? Like, it doesn't matter what course it is. I think that it's not an Augusta question. I think it's I think that it's a question of like, can you hold a 6-stroke lead over the number one player in the world with 1,000 people breathing down your neck? If you hit one out of bounds, if you take a drop, you're done. Like, no matter what course you're playing on, I think that that's fair. If you take a drop, you lose.
Right. If there was water on this hole, the reason that I typically go nuclear on a hole, which is what you're counting on here, to not be able to shoot a 9 on a par 4, that you've absolutely just ruined your day, is because of water. Yeah. The hole that gets me into that kind of trouble at Crest, it's not usually trees for me. It's water. At least with trees, there's what, a 50% chance you get lucky and
if you have a caddy
in the fairway.
If you have a caddy, you could probably find your ball too. People aren't talking about that. That's usually what kills me.
There's
is that I
OB
lose my
issues,
balls.
but yes, that's what like. It's water that would make me never even want to try this, because you put me on, what hole is that at Crestview North? 7
with the water. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten less than a triple on that hole.
There is I don't even ever try to clear the water, but it's so in your head that it's sitting there.
That's my point on all this stuff.
I'll hit every fairway, and I cannot hit that fairway to save my life, and it's the biggest fairway out there.
Yes, that's my point in all this stuff, is that like it doesn't matter what course you're playing on, but like if you have that thought in your head, it's the perfect example. Is you play 7 at Crestview, you're like, there's the water right there. I'm going to lay up to avoid the water, and then you shank it into the water, like just because you're thinking. Like that's my point. Is that like, okay, I have to go straight down this fairway. There's trees on both sides of me. All I have to do is just lay up and hit it straight. It's like, boom, off the toe. You just lost this Scotty shit. Like that's my point here and all this stuff. Like I think you could line up. I think you could line up 100 people, and I bet that 15 people are only going to win this challenge.
Not if you got to line up 100 people that are
190,
100 handicaps.
Yes.
15 out of 100, no chance. It's way more than that. Way more than that. It's one hole that you're shooting 9 or better. If you shot that poorly on every hole, you'd be shooting a 180. You're not shooting a 180.
I know you're not, but if I was playing tour conditions with patrons and lining the fairways and Scotty Scheffler trying to come back, I'd probably shoot a 180.
Scheffler's in the clubhouse. You've already known what he's shooting. He's not coming after you.
No. That's not the hypothetical. You're playing with Scotty Scheffler.
But you know what you have to score.
You're in the final. No, you don't. You just have a 6-stroke lead over him. You're in the final pairing with him. So that's the thing here, is that he could birdie it. He could eagle it if he wanted to hole out. You know what I mean? Like, he could birdie this hole very reasonably.
Okay, well, we're having two different conversations.
That was the original conversation.
That I got to shoot 9 or better.
Well, that's what you think you have to do to beat Scotty Scheffler. But the original question is, you just got to
shoot a 7 and a triple bogey, then we're having a totally different conversation.
Well, is Scotty Scheffler going to triple bogey?
I don't know what Scotty Scheffler's going to do. The conversation we've been having for a week is, can you shoot 9 or better on 18?
I know, but that's where it all stemmed from. You're playing alongside Scotty Scheffler. He's next to you. He's hitting, and you think like I don't even know. Let's look what he did. I haven't pulled up.
He seems like a nice guy. I'd probably ask him where to putt.
I mean,
Scotty, what is this green going to do to me? I'd play with Scotty like I'd play with you. You know,
I agree.
Nice putt.
Let's see. He par. Okay, he parred all 4 days.
Yeah, so you got to shoot 9 or better.
Yeah.
Half the time, I would say half the time we could do that. Half the time you can shoot 9 or better on 18 from the tips at Augusta. Not 15% of the time. That's crazy to me. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm the last person to ask.
Maybe I'll say like, oh man, I still don't feel confident. If you gave me 20 chances, I could do it one time and beat him probably.
No,
maybe twice.
Because if 20 chances, you know how the hole plays. Now you know how the putts go. Now you know how the green works. You're just going to get your chances are going to go up every time. Now I know that I need to take a little off or hit a different club so I don't end up in that sand trap.
But then, see, this is where you're not thinking like a 20 handicapper here. This is to me where, you know, the thing where it's like the hole-in-one challenges or whatever. It's like you can't leave until you hit the hole-in-one. After I missed 100, like I'm getting discouraged. Like I don't even remember how to hit a golf ball anymore. Like on my 19th time going out there and hitting into the woods every time, I'll be like, I don't know. I have the yips now. I don't even know where to hit this thing.
I mean, I just the thing that always comes back to for me is when I play just like you're talking about, just awful, where like I can't hit a damn shot all day. I look down at my scorecard at the end of the day, and it might be like 118, 120. And that's when I play horrible golf in bad conditions. I just don't even know what to do anymore. I'll look down and it's like 120. The level of golf you're talking about playing, you'd be at like 180.
Yeah.
And I just don't think there's any world where it's that bad all the time.
I'm just telling you, it's a question of your mental fortitude is what, and maybe some people are tougher than others. And that's what my point is. But if I'm going up there, my knees are shaking.
Maybe so, but there's not water. Like, so, at that point, that's the big danger is the drops. And if you don't have the drops as in play on that hole, if you told me this and I had to play it, I'm not good like some people at the water holes. So it'd be 17, 16. Is it 15? I think it's 15 at Crestview, the island green. So if you backed that one up to a distance, because that green is nasty too. If you backed that one up all the way to the tips and you got into that scenario where like, okay, now I'm hitting into an island green that it can roll off of.
Oh man, if you're making me play, I don't even know a water hole on. What's a water hole on the map?
That is like, that's where I'm in big trouble because that's where I have to start dropping and that's where I lose strokes like crazy. So without that being in play as much on 18, where it's like you just have to make sure you don't shank your driver. That biggest risk for some people is not. It doesn't happen to be my biggest risk. Yeah. My biggest risk is not shanking my driver. My biggest risk is hitting into the water because I put a magnet in my ball.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that.
Being a terrible putter.
If you gave a terrible putter. If you gave, I always think about this. I can't remember what hole it is, but like 17 at Crestview in the open with the grandstands, like hypothetical. I'm just making up a hole.
That hole's hard.
A hole is hard. Imagine if there's water short of that and you have to play open tees.
So screwed.
If it's me, if I'm getting my driver out and I'm hitting into the grandstands as hard as I can.
Bank shot. Yeah.
Yes. Like
100%.
That's what I do. Like I would do it every single time because if you're making me hit from the Masters tees over water, it's going in every single time.
What are the front?
I would take a 20 on that hole.
Here's another challenge for me on 18, and I'm just not aware. Are those like Flint Hill National bunkers where you're looking at a wall in front of you if you get in that bunker?
Most of them are.
Are they that like deep?
Well, this is the other thing that we have to take into
I would have
question.
to hit backwards out of that because I can't get it over those lips. So I'd have to
Yeah, I mean Rory did that. Yeah, Rory was
Rory's
in the 18 bunker.
Rory lived in the sand.
Yeah, Rory was in the 18 bunker. It's not quite the worst one on the course, but it's.
I wouldn't like Rory will take a shot at the hole out of the bunker. I would just make sure I got it out of the bunker. That's another thing that would kill me
other thing to talk about though, Jacob,
is that 3 swings out of the bunker just to try to get it out of the bunker. That would kill me.
Your second shot, your layup after your drive. Now you've got fairway bunkers in play. If you hit one of those, you're done. I
don't know that you're done. That's what I'm asking. Is that cliff in front of you?
No, but you can't get it to the green from there.
No, I can't get it to the green. So there's a stroke, right? I would have to chip it out of the bunker.
And then you'd be up in 5, and then you'd have to basically 2 putt, 3 putt.
Yeah. So again, 50% of the time, I said I could do it half the time. I think I could do that. And everyone's calling me crazy. And I think everyone's not giving themselves enough credit. If you're a 20 handicapper, like I asked good golfer. I asked Tommy's a great golfer compared to us. And he was like, oh, no way. And I'm like, yeah, right. Yes, you could. You for sure could. With a caddy. You got a caddy. Like the one that I push back on, you have a caddy telling you where to putt it.
The putting one always kills me because it's just like, could you start on the green and win? It's like, so you're asking me if I can just 3 putt every hole? Like I'm going to get lucky and 2 putt some of them, right? Like
yes. And you'll also putt some off, but not if you know you can't, right? Because then you're just doing.
I would be very conservative and just aim for 3 putts every single. I'm not going to try to make my first putt ever.
Never.
I'm just going to try to get on the right level of the green and then try to get lucky on the second one.
Can we call Max? Can you call Augusta National and see if we can come set this up, please?
Let's call. Just ask them. Hey, can you call up some random 20 handicapper and get them out there?
If there is one person less likely to get at Augusta National to do anything than me, it's Max. So Max, give them a call and see what they say.
Max will call obscenities.
Yeah. Yes, he will. All right. Real quick, we'll talk Royals next segment. We got about 2 or 3 minutes here. Just a recap for people on the portal. Nothing of significance that we saw for KU. K-State did add a couple players. I would say, TJ, the most significant thing we saw was Momcilovic going in. I'd be surprised if he's in play for KU. Now, we don't know, because if he's going to the draft, it's going to be a minute, right? It's still another 2 weeks before those guys pull their names out.
Yeah, it's late. Yeah, I mean, it's next month,
It's
I believe.
mid-May, so maybe it's more like 3 or 4 weeks. I think it's mid-May. So I don't know that you can bank on that, but I think you at least have those conversations and say, hey, would you be interested if, because then maybe it is a situation where you're waiting on Stokes and you're going to have X number of dollars to throw at somebody. There are going to be a few guys pull their names back, but KU's, it would just like what Louisville did, and nobody's making a ton of moves yet. We're being silly with this because there are tons of guys still in the portal. It's just that KU, we're making hype videos about the return of Cole Rosario at this point. And that's no offense to Cole Rosario. I'm very glad he's back, and I think he's going to help KU. But that's where we are right now. Hey, fans, get excited. Cole Rosario's back. And it's like, ooh, okay.
Yep.
He played about 5 minutes a game last year. All right. That's a big ask. And then Paul Mbia, Cole Rosario and Paul Mbia, Jayhawks, everybody. That's why we're, I think, a little bit nervous on that. You've got Wichita State, and most KU fans don't care what Wichita State does. But for us and for, people that just like all of it, Wichita State's had a great portal, the best portal probably they've ever had. K-State's getting some names now where you're like, okay, yeah, I can see that. I can at least see a plan. We don't even know what the plan is for KU. We have no idea what the plan is. Is the plan just wait on Tyron Stokes and pick up the leftovers? I don't know. That's where we are with the portal. Nothing else of major significance. When we come back, the Royals get back at it today. We'll talk about it next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
Hey, you want to win a free iced tea from HTO? You can try the all-new Paloma sweet tea. Hint of grapefruit there. Perfect for the summertime upcoming. You can enter by texting us right now. The keyword is tea. The short code is 20357. That'll get you a free cup of tea, either East Wichita, West Wichita, or Derby. Message and data rates apply. Coming up Saturday at HTO, 2 all-new flavors, an East Side and a West Side. Getting in on the directional rivalry of the city of Wichita. Each store going to have its own unique flavor. There'll be the East Side at the East location, the West Side at the West location with some super cool stickers. So make sure Saturday to go try out the new flavors as well. All right, welcome back into Sports Daily. TJ, we get Royals baseball on the road this week. All week they'll be on the road. And it is going to be it'll be a challenge here this week. They are not where I think fans would like to see them at the moment. You get 3 against Detroit. You get 3 against the Yankees. The Yankees are kind of middling. Detroit's kind of middling right now, but these will be 2 of the better teams in there in the end. The Yankees record might not be great, TJ, but they have the best run differential right now in the American League. I would say you could make a case that they're the American League's best team so far this year. you're going to have to really bring it if you're the Royals. And right now the offense just isn't bringing it. Some of these numbers, we mentioned this one yesterday, Dan Clark, 97% of the time Bobby Witt Jr. has been stranded when he's reached base. I don't know what the percentage is when he's on second, but it's also very high. Bobby Witt Jr., TJ, and we talked about this yesterday, so you're going to know the answer. How many runs scored do you think Bobby Witt Jr., who's getting on base 37% of his at-bats, has scored this year?
It's not a high number.
No, it's not a high number. How low can you go? 1. Bobby Witt Jr. has scored 1 run through the team's first 16 games, despite the fact that he himself is getting on base 37% of the time. That is insane. Insanely bad. And the reason is because the two guys hitting behind him, right? The guys at the bottom of the order have been productive. Michael Garcia and Bobby Witt Jr. have been productive.
Let me give you the stat. This is from Royals Review yesterday. I saved this one to show you. By batting order spots ranked in the MLB by on base plus slugging. I'll start at 5 and work my way backwards. So number 5, the 5 hole, 14th best in the league. 6 hole, 19th best. 7 hole, 17th best. 8, 16th. 9 hole, 5th best. Kyle Isbell. Leadoff, 10th best in the league. 2 hole, 18th best in the league. 3 hole, 30th. 4 hole, 29th. The worst 3 and 4 holes, basically, in the MLB based on base plus slugging so far.
Almost DAL there, where everybody else is at least roughly league average. I mean, it hasn't been great up and down, if we're being honest, but it has been so glaringly bad there. And you're going into this 6-game stretch. Do something. I'm not saying like this isn't the middle of the lineup for the vast majority of games that are played this year, but you got a big road trip coming up. Can we break those two up a little bit? Anything, literally anything, to where they're not hitting back to back right now. Because we see it all the time. There's Witt standing on second with less than 2 outs. Here we go, Royals. Fly out, strikeout. Ground out, strikeout. It's just like, it's brutal. It's brutal to watch.
It is. I don't know. There's, as we said yesterday, you can't do anything about it except change up a lineup. You can't draw up a different way to go approach a plate. You know, it just has to happen. I'm not saying
replace the players. I'm not saying any of that. I believe in both of these guys. Big picture. I'm saying right now, to break them apart in the lineup, they're killing you. It'll go Ragans, Lugo, Bubic in the Tigers series. They avoid Tarek Skubal. They get Framber Valdez, Jack Flaherty, and Kiter Montero, who you probably never heard of. I have not. He's actually off to a nice start this year. You know, what are we going to do here? You got the pitching advantage in all 3 of these games. I don't know who's going to be favored in these games, but the Royals will have the pitching advantage, starting pitching advantage in all 3 of these games in a well-rested bullpen. Great opportunity, right? You're missing Scoop. Here we go. This is perfect.
Yep.
But are you confident they'll score more than 3 runs in these games? Because even if Lugo's great, he's facing a tough lineup. At some point, this will feel better because those 2 guys will get hot collectively, and the Royals they'll get on a heater.
They will. What's the thing that I always say that Quintero said when he got hired? You're going to win 60 and lose 60. What do you do with your other one? What's the math there?
42. So yeah, I believe that, but I also believe in fixing issues too. Maybe the answer is long-term. You don't have Vinny and Salvi going back to back because they are both prone to cold streak. Maybe the long-term answer is Salvi becoming your 6-hole hitter, not your 4-hole hitter. Right? And you go Vinny, I don't know. I wish somebody could lead off so you could try Michael Garcia in the 3-hole because I think he'd be really productive there. but you don't really have anybody else you're confident in being your leadoff hitter. So are you going to put that much on Kaggs or Jensen to bat him 4-hole? I mean, at this point, I'd try it. Can you go with them 4-5 and then Salvi behind Kaggs? I probably wouldn't put anybody else up there. I'll be honest. What was the lineup that Lane Thomas batting 5th?
Yeah.
I'm probably not going that far, but I would definitely think about hitting Salvi in the 6-hole.
Yep.
The dude's 38 now.
Give me your lineup. Let's play it then. If we're doing this, who's your leadoff hitter tonight? If you're changing it up.
Well, right now it's still got to be Maikel Garcia, Bobby Witt Jr. I would say Vinny 3, Jensen 4, Kaggs 5, Salvi 6.
That's all you'd do? I think you should be more radical. I think you go like Kyle Isbell / Jonathan India leadoff, Bobby, Maikel.
I would be okay if the Royals wanted to try.
I'd rather put Maikel underneath Bobby.
Jonathan India's done it before. Let's just go to on-base percentage real quick.
The thing is, the Jonathan India doesn't start every day. Neither of those guys do.
If you're looking, I mean, Garcia, Kaggs' on-base percentage has been high. I don't think they have. I don't think anybody else has the qualified at bats other than the top 5 in their lineup. I don't think they have enough. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, India's done it before. So I'd probably be okay with Jonathan India. His on base this year's 340. Okay. Isbell's 395. Maybe try the hot hand. I mean, Isbell's got the best on base percentage on the team right now. He's been better than Garcia in 38 at bats, so in half the at bats. Yeah, look, if you want to try Kyle Isbell at the top, I don't think they want to move him out of the 9-hole, but he's hot right now. Yeah, try it. Because I do think Garcia profiles as a really good 3-hole hitter. I do.
I think so too.
So yeah, I'd be fine with that. I don't think they're going to though. Like it's like Quatraro's this blend of Ned Yost and the teams that Quatraro came up with. The teams that Quatraro came up with would bleed off anybody. Like those Rays teams, like they didn't care about a batting order. Quatraro, I feel like he'll move it around, but once something's there, like he ain't touching it. Like Bobby Witt Jr. is going to be the 2-hole hitter for the rest of time. Vinny's the 3-hole hitter for the rest of time, it feels like. So, the leadoff thing with Garcia, we begged for that last year, and it happened. We were like, why don't they just lead off Garcia? Now we're saying move him around again. I mean, you want your best hitters leading off. It's why Mike Trout used to lead off. It's why Shohei Ohtani leads off for the Dodgers.
It's true.
So there's that part too. Do you really want to? Because if Garcia is your second best hitter, it makes sense to have him on with Bobby Witt Jr. at the plate. Problem for Bobby Witt Jr. is just not hitting for any power right now. He's getting on base. He's doing all the little things, but that's also an issue for the Royals is they're going to have to get some power at some point out of Bobby Witt Jr. It's just nice that he also is doing the other things. Salvi and Vinny are doing nothing. They are not. Salvi doesn't have an RBI since April 4th. Your 4-hole hitter. They had a combined 1 hit, I think it was, or 2 in the series against the White Sox. Like, you can't have your big power spot of your lineup providing you no power. And Bobby Witt Jr. fits into that too. Like now you're talking 2, 3, 4 with no power. None. How many home runs do they have? 2? Salvi have a couple? I think is what it is.
Vinny just hit his first.
I mean, you're getting nothing power-wise, which is where your run productions come from. So I think I would leave Garcia 1 probably. I would slide up the 2 rooks who are at least hitting the ball hard and, putting it in play and doing those kinds of things, and you take your chances. Salvi's not giving you anything right now, so he's the candidate to go down. Vinny still walks. Vinny still can do some productive things. Salvi's just getting up there and kind of hacking. He had that stretch last year where he did this too. He's getting old. He doesn't need to be your 4-hole hitter. He's the second best. He's going to be the second best Royal that has ever played. He's a Hall of Famer. He's all of those things. He's also an older catcher. Slide him down the lineup a little bit. Not going to hurt a thing.
Yeah.
It might help you, and it's not going to hurt you.
I'm with you.
So do it. They won't. It'll be the same lineup tonight. After the day off, there's almost no chance. Now, there's also a decent chance after a day off that Salvi and Vinny figure it out.
It's true.
In the day off, which at that point you got to be willing to move them back too. Like, and maybe not, maybe, Vinny more so than Salvi. If Salvi starts to heat up and hitting in the 6 hole, I don't think it matters that he's in the 6 hole. He's just seeing the ball better. You can move him back up to 4 at that point, and it's not going to hurt it. It's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
Where does Caglione profile long term in a lineup?
I mean, he should be a cleanup hitter.
4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Jensen profiles that high over time. I mean, I know he's had the home run power this year. Probably doesn't, but maybe he does. I mean, you're not doing anything outrageous. If Cags can't hit in the middle of the lineup, he's been a disappointment as a prospect based on expectations. So he's handled things okay. Put him up there. See what happens. Protect him a little bit. And they're going to have to do something this year. This trip this week could get away from him. And climbing out of those April holes, like, man, it's just grueling.
It's so
you
it's
can't
so
count
wild.
on an 18 out of 20 stretch like you had last year, which if you take that away from last year's team, if you turn that 18 of 20 into like 10 of 20, they're not even a 500 team last year.
I know. It blows my mind. Like Jalen talked about the World Baseball Classic hangover, maybe. Like we made the joke about if you didn't really watch the MLB, you'd think that the Royals are the greatest team on earth based on the way they played in the World Baseball Classic. And then if you actually watch it's like, oh, who are these guys? These aren't the guys that we just saw play. And
some of them. Michael Garcia was the MVP of the World Baseball
Classic. Like Vinny and Cags though were awesome.
Cags has not been bad.
I agree. He's been pretty good. He's had the power that he's had. He had a lot of power in the World Baseball Classic.
Right, but like his exit velocities are high.
Yeah, he's a lot better than he was last year already.
He's striking out too much, which is I'm afraid going to be a challenge. That's going to take some time, and that's why they didn't want to call him up too fast last year. But they're just going to have to deal with it. He's going to strike out too much. It's just over time, he's going to have to get better at that. And if you strike out too much, but also hit a bunch of home runs, it's like, okay, like we can deal with that. Right now, you got to be a pitcher. Why, if you were a pitcher, why would you ever give him a pitch to hit? Like Carter Jensen's getting these that's going to change too. Like he's going to stop getting pitches to hit at some point, but he's not striking out and doing some of those same things.
All right, final guess. Where'd Rory McIlroy commit to go play college golf?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
East Tennessee State University.
East Tennessee State. Don't listen to a word I said. By the way, Carter Jensen is too striking out a bunch and not walking much either. So I don't know why he's getting pitched to. He just is. I don't think I hope it keeps up because he's the only guy giving him power. East Tennessee State. Okay. I wonder what that connection is. That's fascinating. All right, we'll come back. We got more Sports Daily. Don't go away.